Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today you learn how medieval times comes together with the modern era in the Society of Creative Anachronism. My guest today, President of the College of Ilium here at Troy, Ray Jefcoat. Ray, thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
And obviously the folks at home can see that you are not wearing what a typical college student would be wearing. This looks a little bit older for most people's taste. So tell us a little about why you're wearing what you're wearing and what the Society for Creative Anachronism is.
Well, the Society of Creative Anachronism is all about researching and reproducing the Middle Ages. We pick a specific area in medieval Europe and we'll bring it back and show people how it worked, how we did the things we did back in our old times. Now, this is all period. I'm studying the 12th century Scotland during the Crusades. And so my character would have probably gone on Crusades. We even pick medieval names. I'm a student. I go by Ray Jefcoat. People call me all the time. But in SCA, they call me Conor MacWilliam.
Okay.
And that's just what I go by. And the SCA will bring it back and we show the populace how it works. And it's really neat.
And so, and a lot of people, when you actually have one of these events, you're wearing a little bit more than what you're wearing right now. I mean, you guys put on full suits of armor and have combat. Talk about that and what goes into putting together a suit of armor and actually hitting someone with another weapon.
Well, putting together a suit of armor is pretty interesting. I'm actually going through the process right now working on my armor with a master. A master is somebody who's mastered an art or a science. And he's helping me make it, and we go through steel and wrap it and make it just like how they would have made it with a few modern accommodations for safety regulation. And then we put padding through it. And it's pretty interesting to see. Some people weld it because it's a little stronger than riveting. Some people do both because it's kind of neat to watch.
But you actually get into combat though with
yes,
this.
Yes.
But you're not using real swords.
No.
So.
Now there are live weapons training, and that I have not seen personally. I have heard about it, and I know we do it. Mostly though we use something called rattan, which is just it's a wood kind of like bamboo, except whenever it hits and breaks, it splinters, or not splinters. I apologize. It disintegrates like a grain. And we use real shields and stuff like that to block it, or some people will make pole arms out of it. Some people will make axes out of it. All various different types of weapons.
And so, and you travel back in time through this era and do this stuff and kind of show what's going on. But how long have you been doing this?
I've only been doing this about 3 years. I started back in what is called the Shire of Thorngill. And that's actually up in Prattville area, Montgomery, Millbrook, all around that area. And
so now you came to Troy and learned a little bit of history that there used to be a program here, and this is new to Troy, but not necessarily because you revitalized a program that used to be here. Talk about how all that came about.
Well, I originally had a man named Hugh Yarbo. He popped up and asked me asked me where I was going to school and whatnot. And I told him Troy, and he got really excited. He's a Troy alumni. He actually started a group down here called Fallen Star. And I said, well, that's very interesting. And unfortunately, there is not a group here. Not until recently, of course. And I decided at that point that I love the SCA so much that I was going to bring back that group, bring it back alive.
And so you did, and now you have your official status here at Troy University. You've got the organization together. Now, what's your membership at this point?
My membership at this point is about 30. We have 30 members.
Okay.
Give or take. Now, a lot of them are new. We have some people who have been in the SCA for a long time, and they're coming back. We have one guy who's been in it since he was born.
And so now for these new people, they're learning the ropes. Are they doing like some of the things you're talking about, like building their costumes, getting it together?
Yeah.
How long is the learning process of getting involved?
It's quite a long learning process, and I do want to emphasize though that fighting is only a small part. There are so many other things you get to do. There are some people who do want to fight, and that's all they want to do, and that's acceptable. Other people want to study how they cooked, how they did art. Illuminations is a famous one that you see. Calligraphy. You have people who do bookbinding, people who do brewing, all sorts of different things. All of this is all through the SCA, and they teach all these wonderful, wonderful techniques to do.
And so people can get involved. Now, at this time, are you still looking for members? People can still get involved with the organization?
Yes, people can still get involved with the organization. We are actually going to be going on an event here soon. We're going to be going on the 25th. We're going down to Fort Gaines on Dauphin Island. And we're actually going to have a siege.
Oh, there
Fort
you go.
Gaines.
So that should be fun and interesting.
Yes.
And anybody wants to get involved, how can they get involved?
They can just get in contact with me. They can call me on my cell phone number, and we'll get them hooked up, and they can come to the meetings or whatnot. We have them usually either a Tuesday or a Friday at TC 224.
Okay.
Or they can just find us on Facebook. We're College of Ilium.
College of Ilium on Facebook. Well, good luck with your upcoming siege, and here's hoping that maybe you can get some more people interested in studying the Middle Ages. Thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.